Hello, everyone, once again. This is Kemi Amusho, known as Lady K, reaching to you live from Toronto, Canada. Today, we have with us Mr. Femi Boyede, the CEO and consultant with over 30 years in international trade and export business development experience. He's the CEO of Kononia Global Services, Inc. He's also the lead consultant of Kononia Ventures Limited, Nigeria. He is a man that has made positive impact in Nigerian non-oil export, currently promoting trade relations between Canada, United States of America, and Africa. Export Digest host is equally the host and the founder of Talking Trade with Femi Boyede. Also, this weekend, I will not fail to mention that this coming weekend, just like it does every month, once every month, there's a program coming up, Talking Trade with Femi Boyede, on 7th of August at 12 noon, Toronto time, but 5 p.m. Nigerian time. The topic is strategizing to optimize trading with AFCFTA, what SMEs must know. Olufemi Awoyemi, founder and CEO of Prosian NG, is the host for is the guest for the day. Now, I will allow Mr. Femi Boyede to say hello to everyone and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to honor us today to talk on this program, Diaspora Corner. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I feel honored to receive your invitation, and to the extent that our time together is aimed at inspiring people out there, raising hope, and just generally broadening our view. I think it will be time well spent together, and I will value the opportunity.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Femi Boyede. And I think I missed something out. You have served in the Nigerian administration before in governance, right?
Well, before, and then before, and then before.
Yes.
So I have had engagement. In actual fact, I started life out as a pioneer staff of Nigeria Export Promotion Council when they moved to Abuja in 1989. I was conscripted, and I use that word with full sense of responsibility. I was pushed, forced to come back home from Congo Democratic, then Zaire. I was living and doing my own thing in Kinshasa. So I'm one of the founding staff of Abuja office of Nigeria Export Promotion Council in 1989, January 3rd. And I have had the honor and privilege to work with, I worked in that council for 7.5 years before going out to start my own business. And from my business out there, I've been invited. I've worked with 4 different ministers of trade and commerce in Nigeria as a technical advisor.
Thank you so very much, sir. So we are privileged to be talking to someone who knows Nigeria inside out, the diaspora. So going to the topic of the day, sir, you are a businessman to the core. You smell money wherever it is kept. Apart from the export angle, you are equally localized businessman. We discussed about you being a businessman in healthcare services. So today's topic is about the value that the healthcare services providers like doctors and nurses, the value that they bring and how valuable they are worldwide now and also how valuable they could be in business world. That is the main reason why we brought you on board. We wanted to share your journey about how you got involved in healthcare business, how valuable it is, how profitable it is for our youngsters, and equally for those who may want to, looking for what to invest in. That is the reason we brought you on board.
We identified a need. Ikorodu was a growing community, was an upcoming community. The road was yet to be dualized. So it was more or less like an outskirt of Lagos, not like the metropolitan city it is today. Mm-hmm. And somehow I had a not too satisfactory experience in the hospital, retained hospital, the hospital that was retained by the company I was working for that time, Cadbury. And my friend who was the IT guru in the Africa Insurance Corporation, he also had a not too satisfactory experience. And so we just thought, oh, this is an upcoming community. Definitely there's need for excellent healthcare.
You had a personal experience.
I had an experience where my mom lost her right eye. And of course, rather than go to court, instead of brooding over that and crying over spilled milk, I thought, okay, that means that there is space for to make things better. There's a space. So that means that we can set up a hospital that will address the issues. Like I think Gab went there for, I don't know what test or the other, I can't remember. It's 22 years ago. Mm-hmm. So we were, our practice in those days was to avoid, to escape the stress of the go-slow. From K2 to Ikorodu used to take an average of 3 to 4 hours.
Wow, for traffic.
Yes, the homeward bound traffic. Okay. So we would usually stop over at a joint in K2 to eat asun and just generally while away time. So it was there that we shared our experiences, and I told Gab, right. So if you also have, you are not satisfied with what, why don't we begin to plan? Because in another 2 years, this the population of this our community is going to double, and it's going to continue growing. So we identified that need, and we decided to fill that need. So we commissioned a feasibility study for 60,000 naira.
Those days.
To a guy who was actually a banker. So you understand where we're coming from. So the guy gave us back our feasibility report. The financial element of it was that we needed 6 million. Yeah, I forgot there was a third guy of blessed memory now, who had just, in quote, lost his job. He didn't lose the job, he wasn't fired, but the hospital he was managing was a private clinic right there in K2, had been sold by the owner. So technically, Dr. Ayo had to go and look for a job, right? So here are two guys. I read French, Gab read computer, and then these foolish guys are talking about hospital. Of course, they need a doctor. So we told Dr. Ayo that, hey, this is an opportunity for you. Let's set up a hospital with you as, to at least you will now have a hospital that is also your own, that you are managing. Mm-hmm. That's the story, that's the whole story of Newgate Hospital, and that's how we are classified as an investor-owned hospital.
And when you started,
yep.
Did you have enough money at the three of you?
No, I had never seen 200,000 together. I mean, I had never had 200,000 as my own money. I had never, in my entire life, I had never had it. I was just about 40 then. Yeah, I was about 40. I had never owned 200,000. But here I was needing to start a business where I was required to put in 2 million naira. So a lot of people discourage themselves by saying, oh, I don't have the money. So if you don't have the money, God gave you the brain. So we broke the venture into stages. And the heaviest component of the 6 million was the location. So we needed to have a building that we call the hospital. And we shopped around. The most ideal, by the time we got it, it was to cost us 1.2 million over the first 5 years. That's the heaviest investment that was needed. So we did financial engineering. God helped us. We discussed with the landlords, and they agreed that, okay, since it's a long-term thing, we offered 200,000 that we paid. We have that immediately. We'll pay it, and then please just give us a few months for the business to start, and then we will make sure that the 1 million is our first priority. We'll pay. So they gave us 12 months. So we paid a deposit of 200,000. It was easier to look for 200,000 among 3 people than to look for 2 million individuals. So that's so if we had said at that time, if we wouldn't make any further progress, we wouldn't move further until we got 2 million. Then there won't be a new gate hospital today.
So you identified a need, you took action, and you broke it into stages.
Yes.
And you had an expert among you who was a medical doctor, and the rest of you were just business people. You weren't actually.
Yeah, but we invested our. we didn't have the medical experience, but I had, for example, I have the business investment experience. That's my gift. And then we had the computer guru who could develop softwares and applications for every stage of the business. So we were able to develop templates that managed everything, the stock, the inflow, and everything. So we just brought our individual expertise together and to form one whole.
So with the 3 of you working together, you said at a point you were ranked number 4 throughout Nigeria.
Yes, there's people in the industry will know that when NHIS, National Health Insurance Scheme, first started in Nigeria, there were state-by-state rankings and national ranking. We were actually, in those early days of NHIS, we were number 4 in Lagos State and were 10th in the whole of Nigeria. I don't know when that was updated last, but I'm talking about a point in our history.
Okay. So now you started with virtually nothing, and today, where are you?
The word dividend never came into our head. No dividend until the business stabilizes and we are actually able to see profit.
And
so for the first 10 years, the only dividend that we got was a 4-liter vegetable oil and 1 bag of 50-kilo bag of rice every December for Christmas.
Okay, were you still putting money in the company, or you were just rolling around?
Every profit that came in, we pumped back. Like I said, everything had been segmented into stages.
You had plans.
Every stage, the business grew and was able to finance itself.
And along the line as well, you grew to the extent that you could actually have a meeting in Canada, all the directors.
Yeah. So having stayed without a dividend for how many years? 10 years.
Yes.
So at a point, you got to sit back and look and say, okay, the business can afford it, right? So we decided, okay, let's hold our first international board meeting in Canada. Let the chairman host. So I was happy to extend an invitation for us to. So we had 1 week of a strategy retreat and board meeting here in Canada, fully paid by the business.
Fully paid by the business?
No, those guys put down $1 for the ticket, the travel, the hotel, the everything, and the per diem, of course, of coming over here. So
What's the meaning of per diem?
Allowance now. If you work in government, if you are traveling, you have a pocket money
So
spending.
okay, where I'm going is where we have landed, sir. Over the years, you started a business as a businessman in F management, right? F care delivery. And you had a
Graduate of French.
Pardon?
As a graduate of French.
As a graduate of French, and your partner, while eating asun, I think there's another topic for another day, that women out there, please do not hold your husband down at home to be sitting down with you, woman rapper. Asun that we always complain about, that our men go to eat. The little money we have at home, they are spending it on asun, on beer. This is where ASU has landed our chairman today. A man that was earning a mega salary with his friends, they were able to start a hospital business. So where I'm going with this
do you know how mega that salary was?
No, sir.
I was earning at that time as export manager. My annual salary was 180,000 naira.
180,000 naira for a whole year.
Yes, that was my annual salary.
That was annual salary. Meanwhile, you were looking at going into a business of 6 million. 6 million divided by 180,000. How many years were you going to get that money? This is what I call the audacity of purpose. You were audacious. You were like, okay, we are going to offer services. We are not going to look at something that will deter us. Rather, we're going to look at what will make us, not what will break us. And you broke into segments. This is a real lesson for whoever is listening out there today. Number one, you want to study medicine, you want to study nursing, you want to do what we call here PSW, personal support worker, anything that is health management, anything that is health care related, you can never be out of job. Number one, that is number one, pure and simple. You can never be out of job. Number two, if you have business acumen, then there's tons of money to be made in healthcare services. You are rendering a service, and in return, you are getting profit after you must have disciplined yourself. Because I cannot imagine 10 years for you to wait and be collecting a gallon of palm oil and vegetable oil and a bag of rice. Yeah. So there was no meat, no pepper to even cook it.
No.
For 10 solid years. But after 10 years, you can smile to the banks. You can actually now have branches. Thinking of having other branches, you have even extended into now developing a hospital management software, as well as
a standalone business.
As a standalone business. Also,
and then as well as a pharmacy.
As well as a pharmacy. Starting from how many years ago now? And so those of you out there listening to me, again, I say, come and study medicine, nursing, cybersecurity at All Saints University, Dominica. We are actually being sponsored. This program, this segment is sponsored by All Saints University, Dominica. You can reach out to me on my international number. You put 0091 437 247 8806. I repeat, 437 247 8806. From the experts today, Mr. Femi Boyede, the takeaway is identify a need. Any business that you start with good intentions, fulfilling a need. He started this business because his mother lost an eye due to negligence from an hospital, as well as his friend did not have a very good experience with the same hospital. So they decided to actually start an hospital that would give quality treatment to people. After having identified that, they decided to take action. They broke into stages. Then they had the discipline to wait for the business to grow before they started taking dividends out of the company. And on this note, I'm going to let you in on 2 programs happening this week. Number 1 program is, as you must have seen, if you have not heard, there's an education fair coming up on August 5, this Thursday, 11 a.m. Toronto time, which will be 4 p.m. Nigerian time. To log into this program on Zoom, you can call me or the Nigerian number that you'll be seeing scrolling on the screen or that will be dictated to you, 437-247-8806. 437-247-8806. That is my number you can reach to connect with the education fair happening on August 5. And at the same time, on August 7, Mr. Femi Boyede, that you have been listening to for the past few minutes, will be anchoring a program that he has been.
Hosting. You are the one anchoring.
Okay, you are the host. I'm the
convening.
I will be anchoring. I'll be anchoring the program that Mr. Femi Boyede is hosting every month, called Talking Trade with Femi Boyede. That is a graduation from Export Digest Post. And the guest of honor this time around is Mr. Olufemi Awoyemi, founder and CEO of Proofshare NG, Nigeria. Please, the time is 12 o'clock. Topic, strategizing to optimize trading with AFCFTA, and what small and medium enterprises must know. Basically, what we discuss is about export and import and trade opportunities and co. Thank you so very much for everyone listening. This is Diaspora Corner again, reaching out to you live from Toronto, Canada. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a pleasant
and have a great week ahead.
And you too, sir.